Hey everybody, I want to introduce myself. I am Colin Russell, principal and founder of Russell Construction. And along with my team, I want to thank you guys for giving us the opportunity to present our proposal for the Miracle Investments project. So I want to just quickly make an introduction about our company, Russell Construction. We have over 10 years of local experience. When I say local, I mean North Central Florida and actually even a little farther north into Valdosta. We have a project going on there as well. We have over $4 million of active work at the moment, and we like to describe ourselves as a community builder. I am a graduate of the University of Florida, went to the Rinker School of Construction Management, which is just down the street from this proposed project. So this is kind of where I got my start, and I fell in love with the area. So here is just a small abbreviated list of some of our previous and ongoing clients. Just to name a few is Tesla, Microsoft, and Wells Fargo, obviously very large, well-known companies, and then also Scout is a boating company. And so what we usually outfit for them and end up constructing for their properties is standalone single-story office complexes, much like the one that we are proposing for you guys. And for this project here, we just decided to go with the design bid build. And what this is going to help you guys, and obviously with us as well, is it's going to promote competition. For you guys, it's going to help. Obviously, there's going to be multiple general contractors bidding on the project, and then on our end, we also have multiple subcontractors who are trying to get the work awarded to them by us as well. So hopefully it gives the best value and at the same time also lowering the cost as much as possible for you guys when we turn the project over to you. And at the end of the day, obviously, we want you guys to be proud of the work that we do. We're obviously very proud of what we do. And hopefully we can transition to other deliveries, maybe like design assist or any negotiated work. We have a pretty good base of trade partners in this area that can kind of help us onboard a project a lot earlier, and we can hopefully get through the design process with you guys earlier rather than later to kind of help give our 2 cents and obviously deliver a very nice project at the end of it all. And for our team, obviously, it's going to be myself, the principal and founder here, Russell Construction, as the project executive, and we also have Joe Schmo, who's going to be our project manager. He has over 8 years with Russell Construction. He's been here since almost the beginning, and Patrice Bergeron is going to be our superintendent. And he's been with Russell Construction, apologies, for 3 years, but obviously he's been in the construction industry for a lot longer, and he is a very good on-site presence. To obviously kind of facilitate the project from getting it out of the ground to finishing and punching out the project. And so, like I said before, obviously we specialize in single-story stand-alone office buildings, and this one is going to be roughly 5,700 square feet of office space, just a little below that. And the amenities that we have included for you guys is a reception area, a kitchen, which has a very nice view of sort of the marshes out to the west of the property, and then obviously a conference room for you guys to do whatever you need to do with meetings and obviously client relations as well. And there's going to be over 25 parking spaces for employees and clients, and obviously included in that is going to be your ADA parking spots and your bike spots. And here's just a quick view of the site plan. Obviously, when we get into our 3D walkthrough, we'll be able to kind of take you through the entire building, but obviously you can see sort of the layout of our site. And moving over to our elevations, obviously you can see that we have a brick on block, red brick facade for your exterior envelope. And obviously we have a gabled roof, just a typical gabled roof. So it's an L shape is what the office building is. And what this allows us to do is sort of give us the most amount of natural light with the amount of windows that we were able to kind of fit into this space for you guys. And they're going to be double hung awning windows that are opening out of the building. And here's our floor plan for the project. So obviously we have a reception area. We have our executive office with our two larger offices next to that up there in the right-hand corner. And then wrapping our way back around, going through the reception area again, we have our kitchen and our bathroom, and then we have our four smaller offices, and then our conference room, which obviously we said is very receptive to holding meetings and having clients in there as well. Okay, so here is our 3D walkthrough of the Miracle Investments office property. And as
we are driving up into the property. You can see to the left is one segment of our driveway and parking area, and we have our two green spaces right there. And as we make our way around, you'll see right there that is going to be the conference room once we get in there. And coming back around, we come into the main area. Our ADA spots and our bicycle spot is going to be all the way on the far right hand corner, and then all these larger spots are the ADA spots. So as we continue to come through, we'll be coming through these glass double doors into the reception area. And something to note is once we come into here, the flooring is going to be tile, and above us right there is a steel beam. It's the only steel beam that we have in the property because of the longer span that we have to go through there. And so coming through our hallway here, as we come in, we take a right, and this is going to be essentially the president's office, whoever owns the company, or it's the biggest office space here, and it's also the most removed from the rest of the area. And that's going to be some carpet flooring, and obviously we have some FF&E furniture in there. All double paned awning windows that open out, and continuing to walk through in here, all tile flooring once again until we get into the offices. They all have carpet, and this is one of the executive rooms, so it's a larger floor plan than the rest of the other offices, which we'll see here in a second. There's two of those, and that is just accompanied right next to the president's office. So walking through this door is an unfinished bathroom, and it's obviously tile flooring as well, and obviously not a whole lot to see in there at the moment. No fixtures or any plumbing finishes in there right now. And so this right here, we're walking through the kitchen now, and you can see that steel beam again. It's a very long room. Kind of allows us to kind of see outside, which is a pretty nice view. And here we go into one of the smaller offices. There are four of these. Getting a pretty good view of the walls there, but essentially seeing the size of the space. And as we come down, we make ourselves a right, and we come into the conference room. So this is obviously the biggest room in the building, and this is for large meeting areas and I guess any meetings that we have. So walking back down, so those are the four smaller office spaces right there. We're gonna have not the restaurant, but we have the kitchen to the left, and then back into the reception area as we are walking back out. ADA rooms, and then our bicycle spot all the way there on the left, and we're gonna kind of go back around here, and so we would be facing essentially the main road right here and the property adjacent to us on the east. And then we'll just turn right back around to kind of finish this this little presentation here. Kind of get one last glimpse at the property itself, and obviously all this is green space, but it's brown right now because it's all unfinished.
So moving forward from the walkthrough into our costs and our budget, and then obviously our schedule here at the end, our conceptual estimate amount was a little over $845,000, and this had architect fees included, and this was just more a conceptual estimate cost breakdown for you, the owner, more than anything else. So that's why the architect fees were included. But when we went into our detailed estimate, it ended up coming out just a little south of $968,000, and this had our general conditions included, so obviously any overhead and profit on our end. And it also had site work included, which the conceptual estimate did not, and that was largely the difference. The site work was a little over $100,000, so that's where that unaccounted money came from. And here we just have a summary of the construction schedule that we have given to you guys, obviously in a lot more detail in our previous deliverable that kind of breaks down every task and our durations with that as well. But to quickly summarize it, the office project is going to be taking roughly 138 days. It'll be starting on July 1st of 2020, and we'll be finishing in January 21st of 2021. And I really like this little summary schedule here because it shows a lot of our milestones as well. So even though we're kind of just getting a very hands-off schedule here, it kind of shows all the major components and when everything's going to be finished. And finally, we have our line of credit graph, and then obviously our cash flow graph as well. And our largest credit need that we have noticed on the project, this is on our end, is going to be $263,000. And this is all we have for our presentation right now. So I guess just want to thank you guys for giving us the opportunity, and hopefully you guys pick us. Thank you again.